Hi, in this video, I'm going to share the mistakes that would permanently push your ex away. Take a piece of paper, write them down. You really have to be mindful of this because if you make those mistakes, it's going to be really tough for you to get back together. Jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
The first is don't beg, but before I do, I want to remind you that I put together a quiz for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. Because, you're watching my videos and sometimes it's not worth fighting. So take the quiz to know if you should be watching the video till the end. The link is in the first comment of the video. It takes 2 minutes, it's totally free. And you'll have a result and then you can come back to the video and see if you don't fuck it up or not. The first is don't beg. So they have convinced themselves for a while. Maybe for the wrong reason, maybe for the right reason, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you don't convince someone to stop breaking up with you by begging. You won't convince them by doing that. It didn't happen, as I said, in one day. It's something that they thought for weeks, probably months, and by begging them, what's the result, what's the outcome? And I know when we beg, it's not something that we control, it's very emotional. And be really careful because by doing that, you're projecting a wrong image. What it's going to create is also their desire to leave. So the more you beg, the more they leave. The more you try to convince them by begging, by crying, the worse it's going to get. It's also going to show an image of yourself that you don't want to be. You don't want to be someone crying with, if you're a woman with makeup, all these kind of things. You don't want to show that image. Switch to radio silence, no contact. That's the best way you can do right now. Even if you want to beg deep inside, if you want to cry, that's fine, but do a radio silence. Second thing, don't be angry. And again, it's the emotions here that are talking. It's by being angry, you reinforce that decision to break up with you. It's going to feel like another argument. It's going to feel like, I was right to make the decision. This is how you react to things. I can't live with someone like that. If you were strong, if you were happy, you wouldn't have anger. And I know you're strong. I know you're not happy yet, but it's something, the image again that you have to reflect to your ex is that image of someone strong, someone respectful, someone who understands that decision and who would move on. You just pretend that you move on and be happy. Again, radio silence, no contact. Stay away from the hate. Being happy is attractive. You don't feel like happy right now, leave it some weeks. Manage your emotions. Find an activity that makes you happy. Do some meditation, hypnotherapy. You can find lots of things. If you're hateful, it's repulsive. How can they get back with you if you're angry at them, if you show them argument, if you show them those negative emotions? Now, the third one is very, very common and most people do it. I'm a big believer that you shouldn't talk to mutual friends about the breakup, and I'll explain you why. First, if you still talk about it, it means that you haven't resolved the breakup. Again, we want to show an image of someone who's moved on, someone who understood the decision and move on. The one who leaves is in a superior position, and the one who hangs is in inferior position. So don't tell anyone, because by reflecting that position, you reinforce that structure, because you're going to complain to their friends, you're going to ask them for advice. You will be the one trying to get something. You're going to be the one still at this level, trying to get to the upper level. And there's something, a very common thing is when you talk about friends and tell them, I'm telling you this, but don't tell anyone. Well, they'll tell anyone. And not necessarily because they want to hurt you, but a lot of times people, they want to fix the relationship. And they're not coaches, they're not therapists, they're not counselors. And they would basically tell to your ex, I've seen Alexis, he's really bad, he's like crying and you should talk to him. And by doing that, they think that they're actually helping you out. And in reality, they are actually damaging all the chance for you to get back together, because your ex will have this image of you depressed, sad, negative. And again, we want to move away from that negativity. It's called the flying monkey, this concept of people, talking to, on your shoulder, talking to your ex and then talking to you and then talking to your ex, the messengers. Even though they try to do something nice, the outcome is very, very, very difficult for you. So it can influence your ex in the bad way. So try to avoid, talking to their parents. It's going to create over drama. Again, the simplest, the easiest is no contact, is radio silence, because then you have more time for yourself and you don't have sort of miscommunication or messages talked about. So what my advice is really to talk to a professional about your breakup. If you feel angry, if you feel those emotions, if you're sad, if you don't know exactly what to do, find a therapist, find a coach, but or one friend who's maybe a therapist or a coach or someone who would listen, maybe someone who doesn't know your ex, someone who has an independent view. If you struggle to find people like that and you really want to get unstuck, let's have a chat for free. I have a 15-minute call in my diary and I'll be more than happy to discuss your case with you. I do that because I want to meet as many people as possible who are watching my videos. It's my way to give back to people watching those videos and probably get you unstuck, find the right plan, the right things for you, and also manage those emotions if you feel really bad right now. Fourth one, don't be manipulative. This one is for guys mainly. I don't know why guys don't always want to manipulate the other. The thing is, manipulation, and I think a lot of people, and there's a lot of misconception online on YouTube, I've seen some videos, really bad videos about that. People trying to say, yeah, if you want to get back with the ex, you can manipulate them and you're gonna make them do stuff that they don't want. The thing is, I would strongly disagree with that, because as soon as you get caught, it is game over. As soon as someone realizes that you manipulate them, it's game over. Nobody would understand, will believe what they say. And you will look pathetic and you will look less attractive. So I would really be mindful of that. All these, social media, using girls, be really, really mindful of that, because it could backfire really, really violently, and it's even worse than begging and crying to do that. 5, looking too happy too fast. Maybe your relationship was not that important. That's what they're gonna see, because that's some people that, okay, I'm gonna go radio silence and I'm gonna hook up with girls or with guys. I've listened to Alexis' tips. Well, you have to find the balance. It's not a manipulation, but create doubt, okay? The thing is, if you hook up with other people, it's fine, but don't show off. If you're having another, if you have another relationship or rebound or whatever, don't show it. What's important is what will create attraction. The foundation to create attraction is the doubt, is the mystery. And that's what you can create with radio silence or no contact. Now, the last one is don't ignore them when they come back. It's something, common mistake also I see. He sent me a text message and it took me a week to respond. And that was 5 months ago. It's actually a case that I had recently. And I was like, why did you answer in 5 months? Well, I wanted to show I'm strong, that I'm working on myself. Well, they make that effort to come back to you to send that text, be respectful and answer. Because the thing is, if you do radio silence or no contact properly, and if you work on yourself properly, they will come back. Together, I don't know, but they will reach out. Now, the question is, when they reach out, what do you do? If you ignore them, if you push them away, you just missed that one shot to get back together. Usually, when an ex comes back, sending a text, you have to welcome it. Ignoring your ex message will make them leave. This text is a test. Of course, they won't apologize, they won't ask you to get back together. It will be really something to test the water. You have to welcome that. If you fail to do that, or if you say the wrong things at this stage, it's game over. Extreme 2, oh, that's it. You receive a text and oh yeah, let's get back together, let's get married. My life had no meaning anymore. And by doing that, what we all discussed about the attraction, the mystery, the scarcity, all these kind of things that create attraction in your ex's mind is gone. This one is not game over. This one is you start back. You start from scratch, right at the beginning of radio silence. So all these efforts that you made, you have to start again. So be really careful when an ex sends a message. If you don't know exactly what to respond, please feel free to comment on the video. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And don't forget to like. Take care of yourself. Bye.